Hello you two, how are you? I hope you're well. I hope you enjoyed the weather. Did you make the most of going out a little bit more as we're allowed to do? But if you did you remember to social distance? Now for some of you, that's almost 2 of your heights. Okay, so it's 2 meters. Just try and take your biggest step and then a little bit more, and it's 2 of them. Okay, make sure you keep that in mind. So today, it's PSHE, and it is Monday, the 18th of May, 2020. And our topic for PSHE is trust and appreciation. So we'll be looking at that a little bit more in detail in a minute. So I am going to be giving shout outs to you guys today because it is the last lesson before our half term. Half term, I hear you say? Yes, next week there will be no videos, so you can actually enjoy it. So this, as I said, is the last PSHE lesson for this topic and this term. Some of you I know may have siblings that, what did that word mean again? We covered it just a little while. So you might have brothers or sisters that will be returning to school. So I know year 2, it might be hard that you have to stay home and some people are returning to school, but you have done an amazing job with all your amazing work. So I need you to keep it up because I am so proud of you guys. You have been brilliant. The work I've had has been brilliant. So today, at the end of the lesson, when it is your turn, I'm going to be asking you to draw or write me a big poster. And then Mrs. Lang is hopefully going to use it for the backdrop of her videos. The videos might be slightly different. I'm not too sure about what we're going to do yet. If some of us teachers will be in the school. I'm not sure if I will be in the school or not yet. I think I might be. So you may not see as much as me on the videos, but that doesn't mean I won't be looking at your work. And it won't mean that I won't do some of the videos to say how much I appreciate your work. So, Mrs. Lang, get on with it, I know you're saying. So I'm going to get on with the lesson now. Remember, keep safe. Nearly forgot. What do you need for the lesson? Do you have your pencil? Do you have a book? Make sure you get lots of ideas for your post today. I want you to really recognise and understand that word trust as well, okay? And appreciation. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you'll know what that means by the end of the lesson. Take care for now and let's get on with the lesson. So in PSHE today, we're looking at trust and appreciation. Our learning intention is how to help others and ourselves when they or we feel upset or hurt. In order to help other people, they need to be able to trust us. So we're really going to be thinking about that word trust. Our success criteria, therefore, is to be able to recognise people in my family, school or community that I can trust. And I also understand how it feels to trust someone. Okay, look at that cat and dog. Is that a usual situation? Aren't they enemies? I wonder how they built up such trust. Have a think about it before you go on to the other side. So, as it is PSHE, let's take a moment just to calm down and do some deep breathing. Pause this video. You might be able to copy the link or play the monkey video. Take a moment. So it's that time in the video where we recap, where we think about the things that we've learned in other lessons. So remember last week we were looking at secrets. When it's good to hold on to a secret, so perhaps it's a surprise birthday party, or you know something's good's going to happen and that other person's going to feel really good about it. And remember when it's not so good to hold a secret. when you or someone else might actually get hurt by holding on to that secret. Now, we also looked at when we had disagreements with our friends, and Anch's mummy sent us this lovely picture that can really help us with that. Remember, we've talked about keeping calm, taking that deep breath. Think about a way of making sure that you have the right amount of turns. You might want to play rock, paper, scissors. Perhaps you want to do something else if you really don't want to play that game, and perhaps somebody else wants to play that game more than you. Sometimes it's good to ignore things or just walk away. That can really help sometimes. If you are expressing your feelings, use the word I, because that really makes people listen. And when it comes to listening, make sure you listen to that other person. They may have a really good reason for why they want to do things. Or if they're doing things that may not be kind, it may be because someone's being unkind to them. So really think about why they're doing these things. If all else fails, you can ask for help. You can always ask an adult or somebody around that you might think can help you. And again, this is about, today we're thinking about trust, so it ties in with that very, very nicely. Remember, no means no, and it's always good if you make a mistake to apologise. We all make mistakes, you know Mrs. Lang's always making mistakes, and it's not such a big deal to say sorry, but mean it. When you are sorry, really mean it, and think about a way that you can help that situation. So our key vocabulary today is trust and appreciate. So when we trust, we have a firm belief of the ability of someone or something. We know it's to be true. We believe it. We really believe in it strongly. And when we appreciate something, it means we're really thankful. So let's look a little bit deeper into that word trust. What is trust? Trust is when you feel comfortable with somebody. It's being honest with someone. That means being truthful. It's believing that they will look after you. So although sometimes they say no, they're doing it in your best interest. So you can't always stay up till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Sometimes you need to know that somebody has your best interest at heart. And it's also feeling safe, knowing that that person won't hurt you. So here's a quote. Trust takes years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. Pause the video, speak to an adult or a person around, and think about what that quote might actually mean. So Mrs. Lang is going to tell you about a fable. A fable is a story that has a moral to it. So it's trying to teach you something. So this fable is The Fox and the Crow, and it's all about trust. So one fine summer's day, a crow was sitting high in the tree. The crow had found a delicious piece of cheese, which she held in her beak. A hungry fox wandered by and smelt the tasty cheese. He looked up and saw Crow in the tree. He thought for a moment. "Crow," he said, "my old friend, I haven't seen you for a long time. Would you like to come down and say hello?" "No, thank you," said the Crow. "I am happy here with my delicious cheese." Fox thought for a moment, and then he said, "Are you sure? cheese. Is it really delicious, Crow? It looks a bit mouldy to me. If you throw it down for me, I can put it in the bin for you. No thank you, said Crow. I'm happy here with my delicious cheese. It was fresh when I found it this morning. Okay, Crow, Fox replied. I am very busy. I must say goodbye, but before I go, can I just say that you are looking very handsome today. Your feathers are glistening in the sun. Crow looked very pleased to have received such a fine compliment. Fox continued, I've also heard that you have the most wonderful singing voice in the whole forest. Before I go, would it be possible for you to sing a song to me, to send me on my way? Crow opened his mouth to sing. As he did so, the cheese fell from his mouth, and it was gobbled up immediately by the greedy fox. Crow knew that he would never trust the fox again. What do you notice about the story? How did Fox trick Crow? Is Crow right to decide not to trust Fox ever again? Were Fox and Crow really friends? Pause the video and talk to your grown-up about these things. What did you notice? How did he trick them? What would happen if somebody tricked you that way? So friendship needs trust, and trust has to be earned. What do we mean by that? How can you show someone that you are trustworthy? Remember, to be a good friend, you need to be trustworthy. How can you do that? Well, you can be honest. You can follow the rules so that you know you're doing the right thing. You can be kind. Kindness is always something that someone would respect, but not just some of the time. Try and do it all of the time. Keep your promises, but don't promise anything that you think might hurt that person. That's where you need to be honest. Also, you need to look after things. So if somebody's given you something for a little while, make sure you look after that thing for somebody. All these things, if you prove to somebody you can do all these things, it proves that you are trustworthy and that you can be a really, really good friend. So year 2, it's your turn. You can pause the video and write the questions down and write them in your book. Take a photograph and send it here at year 2. Or you can download this information from class charts or the email that we will send round to you. So let's think about the first question. How does trust help us and others? So when we're thinking about trust, remember when we think it's to be true. So perhaps when someone's being kind to us, how would that help us? How would it make us feel? Give me an example of how trust can help us and others. Number 2, how could you show someone you can be trusted? Now you saw how that fox tricked that poor crow. How could you be the friend that they could trust after that? Maybe you could say that's a nice bit of cheese. It looks as if you're enjoying it. I wish I had some. Perhaps a crow would have shared it with you. Or perhaps you just have your own lunch and eat your own lunch at the time. Give me an example of it and write it down. How does it feel to have someone you can trust? Remember those love hearts and we were looking at the family and the fact that how it made us feel to have that trust. Did it make you feel comfortable? Did it make you feel safe and happy? Think about it. Draw me a nice picture to show me how it feels when you have someone you can trust. Well, you